Hello and welcome to episode 4 of our Binhrung campaign. In the last episode, we moved inland a little bit and grabbed ourselves 3 vassals here in the jungles in the Lupulin rainforest, which was pretty good. We did lose a decent amount of manpower to attrition because it is jungles at the end of the day, and that is very difficult to move into because it is tropical, which gives an additional +2 attrition for enemies. Plus, their traditions give them an additional +1, so it's very painful to sit here, but we hired a mercenary company to lose all their manpower, so we keep ours. Now, we're in a position. We have unlocked a potential idea group, and we are going to go with quantity, mostly because I do want that land attrition, and, I think it'll be a good choice for us in general. Number 2, we are at -2 stab. We need to fix that. We need to get our stability back up to at least 0. We have a mission where we need 0 national unrest. Or less, I guess, also works. But with -2 stab and 2.41 war exhaustion, that's not really going to happen anytime soon. So we're going to be chilling out for probably another year or two, even though our truce with Kudekai is up right now. And I do have Tech 6, which means I have a major advantage over these guys. But I don't know. I kind of feel like we should chill out. There's also a mission we can do to get some more trade power in our node. We will lose these troops, though. So we'll have to rebuild them, but that's not the end of the world. Let's go ahead and move our troops into position here. There we go, and now we can complete Eyes over Open Trade, where Keoadin, Ksanthi, and Nirak von Kai all have 3 infantry and a level 2 center of trade. With the discovery of gemstones with significant magical potential, our Anrawang has decreed that there will be additional oversight of the gem trade in our major cities. So we will now gain trade depots in all 3 of these provinces because we already have a marketplace built there. And keep in mind, you usually don't unlock trade depots until level 17. When you're Diplotech level 17. So, yeah, that's pretty good. I would say. That's a pretty good bonus. So, yeah, thank you very much. No one is going to be able to contest our trade at the moment in our capital. I would only assume that we are about to get near 100%, just because it is so incredibly strong. 83%. Well, okay, maybe I was a bit overconfident in the amount of trade it would give me, but hey, you know what? I guess money is money at the end of the day. It is making us more, so I can't complain too much. As for tier 2, I like the idea of going for the stab cost, though I almost always go for magical elite. We really do need this though, but I'm gonna go with the magical elite just because it also kind of makes sense with our tag, right? The spiritual queens and whatnot kind of sounds like they do magic stuff. I know, very specific. Let's build up the force limit and let's upgrade our cavalry to the Bionfang armored cavalry, which is not too bad. And let's start building a spy network on Kudekai will work. Go ahead and build a spy network on them. Hansai. Okay, you're allied to them. That's not bad. You've also warned them. New Gui. Alright, in this province here. In a distant past, a horrifying act of barbarianism befell a woman as marauding soldiers ravaged her village. They looted treasures, killed most of the inhabitants, and inflicted unspeakable atrocities upon them. Just before the woman met her own tragic end, she vowed to seek vengeance against all who served and took innocent lives. Now, it appears that her spirit indeed seeks retribution, but driven by fury, she is indiscriminately targeting every young serviceman, even those who have not caused harm to others. We find ourselves powerless to halt this spirit's actions, left only to hope that her thirst for vengeance will eventually be satisfied, or that she will move on to another place. The village remains in fear, unsure of how to alleviate the haunting presence of this tormented soul. I'll start wearing a gray beard. At least I won't look as young then. 1,262 manpower lost. Oof, that's a lot of soldiers. A lot of soldiers that have disappeared from our ranks. So sad. Gone too soon. Anyways. So we're in a regency, which increases our stab cost by 25%. I could grab this all power cost person here to make it an additional 2.5% cheaper to stab up, which I think I'll do. And then I was kind of hoping that we would get an event that would give us a stability, but I don't think it's going to happen, which is very sad because I kind of wanted that. Yeah, we don't need that dev cost edict there at all. Thank you. I could seize land, but they are not even close to being loyal at the moment. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to be loyal at all, ever. So let's just move our troops into position to deal with the rebels that are about to rise up. I don't know where they're going to rise up, but I don't want them to take anything. Oh. Well, okay. That's anticlimactic. No rebels. Understood. I will not complain about that. And it's now 103. Oh, because my clergy are disloyal. It's fine. I can do this and it'll fix that stab cost. You want me to subjugate this guy, who is a great conqueror, guaranteed by Binhrung and allied to Arakellan. Which is interesting, because I'm pretty sure they were at war. Oh, no, they declared war on the same person, but they weren't at war. The mages want me to build a spy network on Buvari for Diplo points. I can do that. So I do enjoy Diplo points. We can wait for the month tick here. Okay, it's 93, and there we go. We're up to 0 stab. We do still have some national unrest because our nobles are a little bit disloyal. That yearly inflation guy. And yeah, it's saying there's going to be a plutocratic coup, but there is not going to actually be a plutocratic coup. It's just them being dramatic. And I think we're actually good for a war now. So let's go ahead and do this. I don't see how they're going to beat us, but, you know, famous last words and all that. Let's go ahead and declare. Now, I can't co-belligerize you, or you, or you. Okay, can't co-belligerize anyone, so I guess we're fighting this one on our own. Tech 4, Tech 4, Tech 5. Okay, we win. They do have a level 2 jungle fort here, though, which is gonna suck. But we'll declare for this, and let's get a move on, make sure those guys go home during the war. And I think, first off, we go deal with this guy, take him out of the war, and then move on to everyone else. Okay, good. We did manage to catch him. Let's grab this 33% national manpower. And this should be a pretty easy wipe, right? Thank you. And what I want to do now is send a bunch of troops up, preferably with the general, to this mountain pass and hold it. Now, keep in mind, they can walk around here because there's no fort right here on these hills, which is probably a mistake on my part. Probably should have already built a fort here, but I did not, so we'll just have to roll with the punches. And if they move around, well, we'll just have to be ready for it. And we also do have a lot of vassals, so they might come and help us out with stuff. Who are you? What? Oh, that's Lona going. Right. Really? You have 8,000 troops. Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll see what they do as well. There we go. My vassal is on that siege. Beautiful. Now, am I actually going to take anything off of these guys? I don't think so. If I look at the war score here, you're 54% war score and you are 34. I don't think I can get away with taking everything. I might actually. The question is, do I need to? And the answer is no. So what we're going to do is just take war reps, max money, and break your alliance with Hansai. We'll get claims on them eventually, and again, we don't have unlimited admin points at the moment, so we don't really want to push too crazy hard here. I do want to go deal with Low Nagoan's troops. We can wipe their troops, walk up to their capital, and piece them out separately. That won't be too bad. You also need to full state this down here, so the less admin points we spend in this war, the better. There's Zioziut. I mean, they have a 5-shock general. Oh, that's bad. Those troops are probably dunzoed, actually. If I don't move them. Can I call you into a war? I'd have to promise him land, and I don't really want to promise him land. Yeah, I have a feeling these guys are about to get engaged on. Yeah, when do you get here? 14th, 15th? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh. Okay, never mind. They saw my vassals, now they're going to go for them instead. I'm so sorry, vassals. I'm so sorry that I'm about to sacrifice you, but that is exactly what I am doing. 100 million%, that is exactly what I'm doing. Move here to try and get them in between the two of us. And there we go. There goes Lo Nagoan's armies. And now we just quickly need military access to Beyond Feng, who I don't like being down here, but it is what it is. Ask for military access, and oh, they have a level 2 fort there. That is super unfortunate for us, actually. Oh, that's disappointing. That's going to mean that we can't just piece them out immediately, I don't think. Well, we could try. But I don't think it's going to work. Alright, Lo Nagoan, will you lead this war? No, they will not. Alright, well, leave 1,000 troops behind and let's go deal with this. Super upsetting that this guy got to Tech 6. I'm not sure how he pulled that off. He has a 1 military skill leader. He must have had a higher one earlier on, because he has got a decent chunk of mill points, apparently, to spare. Which I don't appreciate. Not one bit. Let's step on this capital here. How much would I need to piece you out? Oh. It's gonna be like that, huh? It's gonna be like that, huh? Okay. Alright, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I don't mind you holding on to being in this war if that's really what you want. But I definitely cannot abide by you going and sieging down my capital. And since you landed your troops here, you're about to get stack wiped. So I hope it was worth it. But you're, like, super done. Okay, I guess I didn't think about that outcome. Yeah, that's my bad. But, hey, we just engaged with the Navy. And look at that. Now we stack wipe them. I am just, I could see the future. I just knew it was going to happen. Lo Nagoan, please. Please, please, please peace out with me, man. Does he still have troops running around? Nope. It's just because I don't own anything of his. So unfortunate for us that he has a fort there. But not a big deal. We'll survive. I mean, I guess we could move into Gut here, into that jungle. But I don't really have enough troops, and I don't want to sit my regular troops on this siege. I'd rather use my mercenaries, so I think we'll wait. But what I can do is move these guys out. Are you serious? Another stab loss? What did I do? What did I do to deserve that? That's crazy. Dwarves. They're mad about things. They're holding grudges. What's new, you know? In other news, the sky is blue, and the sun will rise tomorrow. And dwarves hold grudges. Wow, truly. Revolutionary ideas, I know. Rebel uprising of Kudakai separatists. Okay, well, hopefully we get done with this in time. At least in a reasonable amount of time. Now, I would like to take land off of Ziyuzhet here. Specifically, I'd like to get a core of Phi 10. Because that is a decent amount of cores right there, and Phi 10 is a trade republic, and they would be able to pull a lot of trade down into this region to me, which then I could pull down into here. So that'd be a really good vassal to like Scudage and just have them give me trade power forever. Well, maybe not forever, but for a while. Kubike. Intentionally mistaken for fireflies, the haunting truth soon revealed itself. They were the dreaded Kubike. These eerie lights were infamous for one malevolent purpose, reanimating the dead from their graves, unleashing havoc upon the living. The reasons and mechanisms behind their sinister phenomenon remain shrouded in mystery. When Kubike sightings occur, disaster is imminent as the deceased rise from their tombs and launch indiscriminate attacks on people. In Karangaran, such an alarming event unfolded, prompting the locals to urgently seek aid from the nearby garrison. However, the magnitude of the undead force was overwhelming, surpassing what a local garrison could combat. As a result, regions within the province are being evacuated hastily to prevent the scourge from spreading to other areas. Swift action is of utmost importance, and every victim of the Kubike becomes one of these malevolent spirits, further swelling the ranks of this dreadful army of the dead. Time is of the essence, and we must act decisively before this rotting legion of death engulfs more provinces. Okay, until the end of the game, it gets the Adventurers Wanted Undead Shamblers, plus 20% local development cost, plus 2 attrition. And we have rebels. Even worse than the undead, because I have to fight those ones. Okay, Lo Nagoan, you are going to give me war reps. You're going to give me your money. You're going to give me... Actually, that's all I really care about. Yeah. Give me trade power? No. End rivalry? No. Break some alliances for prestige? Thanks. Okay, now I can bring these guys home so they can actually be useful. We can deal with these rebels, and then we can go and get some stuff off of Ziyuzhet. Hopefully. We have 250 ducats, which is good, because if I can get my unrest to 0, then I can complete Avenge Our Queen. Though I think I'm going to have to stab up in order to make that happen. Oh, that's so infuriating. I'm going to have to either... You know what? Just reduce the war exhaustion. Just do it. I'm completing this mission. Ooh, actually, maybe I shouldn't while I don't have a warrior queen in charge, since this is a regent. I didn't really think about that. Ooh, yeah, we might want to wait. When's this regency over? 1472? Yeah, we'll wait. I shouldn't have bought down the war exhaustion then, but I didn't think about that. I don't know if it'll break something. I don't want to risk it. Not worth the risk. Okay, I can't move you straight into the capital, so that means that, unfortunately, you have to go siege on this jungle fort that is level 2 instead of level 1. Sorry. It's going to be a fun time. I'm lying. It's not going to be fun. Not going to be fun at all. Let's cancel our access with Beyond Fang. I don't want people walking through Beyond Fang to get around behind me. You're going to go here. You're going to take a big attrition tick on this first tick, but after you take it, you should be fine. I don't actually want to send 3,000 guys there. It's a little bit risky for me to do that, because these 8,000 could engage. There wouldn't be much I can do. And what promise do I want from you? Well, preferably... Oh, I'm behind on tech, I'm behind on ideas, and yet here I am wanting to expand more, you know? Like, I want to take Phi 10, maybe not the capital, because that's going to be expensive. But I could take this lower treasure fleet port, and then maybe these provinces right here. These 3 for myself. That way I have a treasure fleet, another one, makes me more money that way. Then I can release Phi 10 with their capital on a center of trade, which is pretty good. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So I'll piece you out like this. Oof. Oof, that's the only thing I have to say about that one. We're going to have to full win this war 100%, so let's get in there and do that. Let's get to it. I also kind of want to break their alliance with Young Lucy, because I don't want to have to fight the Shia every single time that I want to take these guys out. I don't know if I have enough troops here. I think I need 2, actually. No, they didn't take attrition tech. We're good. No, not you. You go there. You go there. It just really sucks that we have a 1-2-2 that's about to take over. But such is the way the dice have rolled in this campaign, and so we will embrace it and simply accept reality. I'm also going to build a spy network on Bouvar. Hey, what happened to Binhrung? Where'd they go? They disappeared. No more Binhrung. Rizbek took a bunch of stuff. Great. And the Raj is dead, right? Yeah. Oh boy, we're gonna have a big Bouvari this game. Oh yay. Oh yippee even. Woohoo. That's gonna be fantastic. Yep, we're just gonna let this Regency end. It's a 1-2-2. It's so bad. It's so incredibly bad. And they're an obsessive perfectionist, but I want to let them take over. Maybe something cool will happen, or maybe they'll die soon. They are a general. And I wouldn't even mind the stab hit from it now. I'm perfectly fine with taking a stab hit if it meant that I got to do this. Question of rights. Subject owns province I have a claim on. I'll just pronounce the claim. Not a big deal. Unpopular mathematician. Ooh. I'm going to take that prestige. And I would like to actually annex these vassals when we can. Yeah, I don't see any reason why I wouldn't. I don't need them necessarily. Yeah, wrong culture, wrong religion. But at the same time, if I annex them, I have room for other vassals, right? It's kind of important, because there are a lot of small tags in South Alest, so if we just vassalize them, then it just makes it that much better to spread out our monarch point usage and how we're expanding, which is kind of important. It's something I don't do enough, so I'm trying to get better at doing that, of using vassals and not just having the vassal for hundreds of years. It just, you know, getting them the land I want them to own and then annexing them. We'll see if I actually pull it off in this campaign, though. Who knows? Those 3 guys may just be sitting there until the very end. It is absolutely possible. Okay, you can get pieced out. Money, you're gonna break your alliance. War reps, thank you very much. I'm gonna not grab your trade. Well, nah. Don't need your trade power. Like I do, but I don't, you know? Okay, gonna grab those 3 from you, and I'm gonna break your alliance with Jung Lucy. You say no, but, oh, you say yes, because you are utterly defeated. Thank you. It does cost us a bit of Diplo for that, but it is what it is. And Kudet Kai, congratulations. You are, in fact, fully annexed. Thank you very, very much. Okay, Treasure Fleet reporting. As our nation expands, we have incorporated multiple ports, which the famed Treasure Fleet visits. However, we have little need to pay close attention to the rare ongoings at the ports. Not the points, the ports. Decision is permanent. Honestly, only the first event concerning the Treasure Fleet each decade shall be witnessed. Do you wanna... Yeah, sure. We'll read every tale. That way, if I expand to new ones, we'll see what they say. And it's not that bad. It's every 10 years I have to click through a couple events. I mean, that's just playing EU4, so whatever. I do want to get this event, but I think we're just going to have to release and move on with our lives. How loyal is everybody? Oh, they're loyal enough. How many Diplo slots do I have? Oh, we have enough. Okay. Let's release Phi 10. Perfect. And now, look at all that reconquest that we have. Anything on you? Nope. Phi 10 is completely coastal. Okay. Let's move our troops back. That'll work out quite well. And overextension. Go ahead and core all of those up. And then our leader is going to take over. And we'll be good. Treasure Fleet seeks iron. We've already read this one before, so they need iron. Because we have at least one iron-producing province, we can lose 5 military power and gain 50 crowns. Once again, we cannot sell titles while the Treasure Fleet income is here. We can sell them afterwards, which I actually think this is probably still boosted. Treasure Fleet competes with local merchants. This is a new one. The visitations of the Treasure Fleet to Keowadin are a known phenomena, but with how long the period is between visits, the local merchants often find themselves unprepared for the encounter and commonly end up out-negotiated and competed by the foreign fleet. Humbled and embarrassed, they have petitioned the government to expel the foreign merchants from the harbor of Keowadin. They should have been prepared, and we get the bonuses of it, or support the local merchants. No, you should have been prepared. Skill issue. Literally. Literally a skill issue. Yeah, see, so we would get 2,000 crowns we could sell right now. Technically, we could. We're not supposed to be able to, but we could. I'm not going to, though. All right? I'm going to be a good gamer, and I'm not going to take advantage of the fact that I could have sold for more. All right? Truly, a paragon of virtue. That's my middle name, Paragon of Virtue. It's kind of a mouthful when you think about it. Okay, so we're gaining and losing, trading in gems, which is fine. Gotta get that manpower recovery speed going. We have a 3-2-2 air. What did I do? Like, what did I do to deserve this? I kind of hope our leader just dies here and we get a new dynasty. Really hoping, actually, for that. We can purchase a new age ability. Let's go for... I mean, aggressive expansion doesn't matter. Adaptive combat terrain doesn't really matter. All the hills in our country, we're going to be moving to elsewhere. Let's grab war taxes. Sure. Cheaper war taxes. Saves us some money. Though we have quite a bit at the moment. In fact, we have enough to where I can consider building some temples. Yeah, at least in our capital. At least. We do need 2 barracks down here in the southern part of our country. So let's get that built up for a mission. Right? I need one right here too. There we go. So that'll work. That'll complete a mission. And then I just need to full state all of this. Fun. Fun, 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 fun. It's a lot of admin points. But it needs to be done. Now, we are over 20% of Crown Land, which means we're no longer have that increasing tick to our autonomy, so it's time to lower the autonomy everywhere. This will give us a ton of rebels, but it is going to give us a massive spike to our economy. This is how I usually run the early game. You know, you take as many privileges as you can, and then you just start clawing your crown land back and lowering your autonomy when you can. Making 5.74, and we're gonna make a little bit more. There we go. And on top of that, it just means that, you know, as it ticks down even more after, it will go faster and we'll get more out of what we own, which is quite important. Stop drilling for a second. Let's get ready to seize land again. Disagreeing advisor. My trader is disagreeing with us. I want the diplo points. Thank you. And dwarven cartels. In Keowaden, there have been prominent dwarven cartels rising, seeking fortune, and working together with many groups of dwarves to improve their influence in the area. This has led to them being more influential than before. They've even been able to supply the area with new quality goods. This will undoubtedly benefit our trade, but in return for their continued services, they demand some privileges. These privileges worry our own merchant class, however, who claim they'll be outcompeted if we let this happen. So we can gain a small tolerance increase of dwarves at the cost of merchant guild loyalty. Don't think we can really do that, considering I'm about to seize land and I already have enough people that are going to be mad at me. So I think we will just sadly not agree to it. Ooh, 1% professionalism, thank you. And Buvari unfortunately caught us, so we're just going to have to accept that the clergy here are probably going to be upset. I mean, I guess we could wait. Yeah, I mean, the adventurers are never going to be loyal until we give them enough privileges, but meh, is what it is. Alright, Kim An's coronation. With the calm civil wars over, it is time for us to focus on our internal affairs, beginning with the coronation of our Binhrung. A coronation of the grandest proportions is in order, given that our people have dealt a crushing blow to our hated enemies in Kudet Kai. Everything was in order. The crowd, composed of citizens from the lowliest peasant to a distant noble, all eagerly awaited the Binhrung's entrance. Now that the kingdom was at peace, the long-awaited formal ascension of Kim An I was the top priority of the Binhrung court and people. Old and young alike gathered within the courtroom of the royal palace waiting for their ruler. From the adjoining room behind the throne, the Kim An appeared. The Kim An? That's just her name, isn't it? The Kim An? I mean, I guess she's cool, but I don't know about calling her the. Okay, whatever. Kim An appeared, adorning a red Yencheni silk garb. She positioned herself at the front of the gem-encrusted throne. All in attendance bowed their heads as the Binhrung made her declarations. My loyal subjects, it has been a long journey to reach today's events. I inherited the honor of ruling our kingdom in a time of war and strife. I have fought side by side with our soldiers as we put an end to the scheming Pulaten in Kudet Kai and the unruly son of the Kalbin dynasty. I have learned the chaotic forces that rips through the Kai people and intend to not let this lawlessness infect our great society. It is thanks to the women and men of our army today that I shall stand before you properly, not as an incumbent nor as a general. With our greatest enemy defeated, I may now officially call you my brave subjects, and you may call me Binhrung Kim An I. Long live Binhrung Kim An I. Okay, I guess I didn't need to wait for that, but fine. When I have 100 admin power, I can also complete a visit to the temple. Not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping that would give us a different ruler. It was a bit of a long shot, sure, but the hope was there. I was like, maybe they just give us a really good ruler. Who knows? Like a fancy ghost ruler. I don't know. But unfortunately, no dice. Not today. Not today. Go ahead and drill, and we can complete the Curio expedition. With the recent completion of several military outposts on the outskirts of the Lupulin, we can begin to send out larger exploration teams on our search for these mysterious gems. Using a system of quadranting, we can comb the jungle carefully and avoid missing anything. Gain a general 50 tradition. We discover the Brenulin in non-chain areas if we've not done so already. And we gain a bunch of claims on stuff I already own. So that's pretty nice. I need to own 5 more things in here. Got it. Okay. Sertan needs to be lower than 20%. I understand that. You want me to finish coring up these 2 things, and I'll get Bokai's and accepted culture. I understand. And when I get my admin points here, we'll be able to complete a visit to the temple. Yeah, it just sucks it's a 1-2-2. This is going to really hurt us in the long run, but hey. It is what it is. You can't always have the great rulers. Sometimes I guess you have to be okay with having a bad one and hoping that they die really quickly. Because they're a general. Like, super quickly. Like, if you could die, like, tomorrow, that'd be great. Thank you. Would appreciate that. For the good of the country, of course. For the good of the country. It's nothing personal. Just business. You can go ahead and get drilling. I don't know why you're taking so long to get cored up here. I'm going to go ahead and add this to a center of trade. Or to my trade company. Hey, and there's radical reforms too. Sweet. Get out of here, both of you. Thank you for the monarch points. That completes the mission. In fact, we have multiple missions completed now. Oh, sweet. Okay, let's do Unite the Old Kingdom. All provinces in the area that Kudet Kai owned after the initial war are owned by us. Duyen is avenged. We have routed the last of Kudet Kai's forces. While this loathsome state has proven time and time again to be capable of naught but destruction, its people can be redeemed. The Binhrung shall accept them as our rightful subjects, and soon Kudet Kai will be nothing more than a memory in Hellas. Gain 15 prestige, and we gain Bokai as an accepted culture, and we gain permanent claims on all this, which is very, very nice. We also have a visit to the temple. Costs 100 of each monarch point. Chien Binhrung is in an interesting position. While we may have bested our enemies in the calm civil war, our position as a regional power is still tenuous. Falter but a little and all may come undone. Searching for counsel on how to proceed, our Anbennar will visit the Na Nuohana temple, seeking out the wisdom of rulers past. The event where the crystal stares back happens, a voice in the temple chambers offers power for a promise. 1 year after the Day of Ashen Skies, our first ruler, Jin Mari, had nearly finished a campaign of conquest that saw the Binhrung people flee the Lupulin rainforest and settle a home in the lands we rule today. An aggressive and militant ruler, Jin Mari marched onto a sleepy village at midday, expecting the settlement to submit to her rule once she put the village head at the end of a sword. Instead, she was approached by a lowly shaman, wearing tattered cloth and a few necklaces of small gems. Jin Mari demanded that the shaman move out of her way, but instead, a quiet hum began to reverberate around the area. Jin Mari tried to step forward to slice the head of her adversary clean off, but found she couldn't move. Her legs morphed from flesh and armor to a reflective clean stone with a red hue. Within seconds, the leader of the Binhrung people was transmuted into a ruby statue, unmoving. Since then, all Anbennar at the end of their life volunteer their body and soul to be crystallized into statues in honor of the first ruler of our kingdom. The statues are displayed at the front of the Na Nuohana temple, symbolizing the past rulers of our kingdom never ceasing their watch over us. But there's an old fairy tale about Chien Binhrung's former Anbennar, that one day the spirit of Chien Binhrung's last rulers will rise from their petrified cages and save the kingdom in its hour of need. Kim An did not believe this fairy tale initially, but after weeks of hearing strange, regal voices in her dreams, all directing her to the Na Nuohana temple, the Anbennar has thrown superstitious disbelief to the wind and marched herself to the front of the temple in the dead of night. Kim An moves in between numerous Anbennar before stopping right before the entrance with Jin Mari's statue on the left of her. She looks at her millennia-old ancestor and utters a soft few words before walking inside. If you are speaking to me now, then our kingdom needs your help. The Spirit Queens of old will aid us in administering our realm. The event Spiritual Lapidary happens. Okay, interesting. The process for Spiritual Lapidary is simple. The first stage involves entering the Na Nuohana temple alone with a piece of jewelry that holds a precious rock imbued with some arcane power. You approach an open, empty room, arms across your chest, hoping in your mind for a guiding voice. If the call is received, then you shut your eyes. Your body will be led down a staircase once blind to your eye, and the smell of burning incense will engulf your senses. Once you know it is time, open your eyes. Before you lie the ghostly visages of the great queens of Chien Binhrung, heeding your call for help. You will have the choice to commune with one of the heroes of the nation. Each of them specializes in some form of nation building, be it conquest, development, or internal affairs. Once the choice is made, place the jewelry down. The chosen spirit will seem to envelop the jewel for a time. Before long, the jewel will glow with a dim violet light, and the process will be complete. The spirit will be able to lend you consistent advice and mystical power, regardless of distance from the temple complex. As the nation seems to rise in power, so too does the Spirit Queen's ability to imbue clear knowledge and greater power. Now, who will you choose to communicate with? Jin Mari the First, 10% infantry combat ability. Nagak the Swift, 10% movement speed. Suwang the Architect, minus 5% dev cost. Or Chien the Reformer, 10% monthly reform progress. Ooh. Let's go with Jin Mari. She's the first, so we'll choose the first one. Why not? All right, and we do have one more mission that we can do here, so let's do that before we call it for the day, shall we? Corruption less than 0% and war exhaustion less than 0.1. A meeting with the knives. Our Anbennar sits in the council chamber surrounded by spy masters and assassins gained from the dismantling of the many estates' former networks. Now, these networks should be utilized by the state to subvert the power of the nobles and dispel independence movements through propaganda. A restful reign. Is that really it? Anbennar Kim An exclaims. Yes, Enrong, Knife Tuan replies in a matter-of-fact tone. There have only been 2 instances of attempted assassinations by nobility since you ascended the throne. One of which was orchestrated by you, I might add. Funny. The ruler of Chien Binhrung gives a small sigh of relief before straightening her expression and enunciating her voice to the other figures in the room. And you are certain that there will have been no high-profile bribes within the court. None at all. One of the key figures steps forward. Your advisors and retainers have remained clean, Enrong. Knife Dewey replies calmly. The Merchants Guild holds as much sway in the court as you allow them. We believe that the internal factions within our kingdom are not confident in forming any schemes that directly conflict with you, Knife Tuan interjects. Your recent anti-corruption push and a few silenced agitators worry them. Part of Kim An believed this was too good to be true. Since the days of Jahair's invasion of Hellas, the estates of Chien Binhrung have always vied against the Enrongs for further control over the kingdom. Many of her ancestors have been victims of devious plots against the throne. But maybe she doesn't have to worry about that. Maybe I'm just doing a good job. We gained 1 stability, 50 government reform progress, and 10 crown land? Oh, so she's like super dead. She's like super major dead. Oh man, that's rippy dippy. She's done for. Oh boy. Save Du Yin. Oh, that's the old leader. Okay, well, you know what? We've got some stuff to do, but we are out of time for today. So we'll see what kind of shenanigans we get up to next time. Probably do some more expansion. Really do need to catch up on tech. Hopefully this leader dies, and we get someone better. But that's going to be it for today. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.